What role should Tom Blythe and Kit Connor play in Disney's productions? Also included are hilarious behind-the-scenes highlights. Do you ever find yourself wondering which Disney characters Kit Connor and Tom Blythe would be the ideal fit for those roles? Or what are some of the most amusing and unexpected things that happen on a film set? Now, you are going to find out the answer. Rachel Zegler, Gal Gadot, and Mark Webb, the director of Snow White, participated in a lively question-and-answer session with fans. They answered questions about a wide range of topics, including dream Disney castings and the funniest bloopers that occurred on set. Along the way, Rachel divulged information about a hidden Disney princess group chat, her favorite ride at Disney World, and even a real-life experience in which she felt like she was actually a Disney princess. Kit Connor and Tom Blythe as Disney characters? Rachel has the perfect picks. In response to a fan's inquiry about which Disney characters Kit Connor and Tom Blythe should portray, Rachel did not hesitate to provide her response. It is hardly surprising that she immediately recognized Kit Connor as Hercules, as her reasoning is completely logical. Kit demonstrated his power and passion by performing pull-ups 8 times a week when he was acting on Broadway, demonstrating his dedication. The combination of his natural charisma and the kind of physically he possesses results in him being the ideal candidate for the role of the heroic demigod. Regarding Tom Blythe, Rachel came to the conclusion that he would be an excellent choice to portray Phoebus from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. In a fun manner, she went on to say that she would be thrilled to play Esmeralda beside him, so demonstrating that she has already given this some serious consideration. Tom has the ability to effortlessly bring Phoebus to life, since he is a character who is strong, noble, and has a bit of a rebellious side. Are you certain that these choices are correct? What are your thoughts on the possibility of Kit and Tom playing distinct Disney heroes? On-set bloopers. Kit Connor's strength almost stole the show. In spite of appearances on screen, filming is not always as glamorous as it appears to be, and the actors of Snow White had a lot of embarrassing moments behind the scenes to show it. One of the most remarkable events involved Kit Connor's strength, which was demonstrated once more. In order to complete a scene that was being performed on Broadway, Kit was required to lift himself up on the bed frame that was being used. In spite of this, the bed frame made a loud and surprising noise one night after he had completed his regular pull-up routine. The entire cast came to a complete halt, and Rachel, upon understanding that they needed to go, hurried through her lines at a breakneck pace in order to ensure that Kit could descend without incident. She made a joke about how nerve-wracking it was, describing it as one of the most terrifying yet hilarious moments that they had ever had together. The filmmaker, Mark Webb, made yet another mistake during the scene that marked the conclusion of the film. The actors were attempting to connect with him, but all they could hear over the terrible mic was Mark frantically trying to fix it while yelling, "I can't hear you!" It was demonstrated that even the most serious circumstances on set can be turned into comedy gold by the way in which the entire cast recalled the moment, which caused everyone to laugh out loud. The secret Disney princess group chat. Does it exist? One fan had a particularly juicy question. Is there a Gen Z Disney princess group chat? Rachel's answer didn't disappoint. She confirmed that she, Halle Bailey, Ariel in The Little Mermaid, and Auli E. Carvalho, Moana, are all close friends. However, Auli E. recently became a new mom, which means she doesn't have as much time to text anymore. Rachel called her the most incredible woman ever and expressed just how much she loves and admires both of them. While she didn't confirm whether there's an actual group chat, It's clear that these actresses share a special bond. Imagine the messages they'd send, discussing Disney secrets, movie roles, and maybe even giving each other advice on playing iconic princesses. Rachel's surprising favorite Disney ride. If you had to guess Rachel Zegler's favorite Disney park ride, you might think of Space Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, or even Haunted Mansion. But her actual answer is way more unexpected. Living with the Land at Epcot. She described it as a peaceful, educational boat ride where visitors learn how Disney grows its food. Even as a child, Rachel found it fascinating, and to this day, she insists on riding it whenever she visits the park. While most people rush to high-speed rides like Soarin', Rachel prefers to take her time and enjoy the experience of living with the land. Her enthusiasm for the ride was so strong that she even joked about wanting Zegler-branded apple cider to be sold at Disney year-round. Who knows? Maybe Disney will take her up on the idea. If Snow White had a superpower, what would it be? The conversation then turned to a fun hypothetical question. If Snow White were part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what would her superpower be? The answers ranged from ridiculous to genuinely cool. Some of the most bizarre suggestions included super bendy thumbs and even a magnetic colon, which, thankfully, was quickly dismissed. But the winning idea was actually a superpower related to her voice. Rachel and the cast agreed that Snow White could use her singing abilities to create powerful sound waves, ones so strong that they could make people levitate. Imagine a Disney princess whose voice doesn't just charm animals, but literally lifts villains off the ground. That's a superpower worthy of the MCU. Rachel's real-life Disney princess moment. One fan asked if Rachel had ever experienced a moment that made her feel like a real Disney princess. She had a perfect story to share. While performing Romeo and Juliet, a small bird got trapped inside a revolving door at the theater. The cast immediately turned to Rachel and said, "You're Snow White. You have experience with this." Their reasoning: because she was playing Snow White in an upcoming movie, of course. Despite their logic being questionable, Rachel took on the challenge and successfully rescued the bird. It was a moment that truly made her feel like she had stepped into her character's shoes. What would you ask the cast? This Q&A session was filled with surprises, laughter, and behind-the-scenes moments that made fans even more excited for Snow White. From Rachel's unexpected love for living with the land to Kit Connor's near-stage disaster, the stories gave fans a closer look at the cast's real personalities. With Snow White set to hit theaters on March 21st, there's even more excitement to come. What do you think about Rachel's Disney casting choices for Kit and Tom? Would you want to see her version of an MCU Snow White? And do you agree that Living with the Land is the most underrated Disney ride? Let's keep the conversation going. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.